and welcome to another edition of Editorials, a broadcast from Canada. My name is Sandra Asante. Today we are drawing great concerns on the exemplary U.S. sanctions regime for Ethiopia's Tigray conflict and its limitations. So don't go anywhere, I'll be back after the break and we talk about that. You're welcome back from the break. So on September 17th, the Biden administration unveiled a new sanctions regime that in the coming weeks could be applied to a wide set of warring parties in Ethiopia. Its design and the diplomacy surrounding it are exemplars of a constructive U.S. engagement amidst an intensifying war and awful humanitarian situation. Yet, there should not be high hopes that the sanctions regime will dissuade the warring parties from persisting in their dangerous course. Now let's concentrate on the intensifying war worsening famine. Since November 2020, the government of Ethiopia has been at war with the political leadership of the Tigray ethnic minority, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF, which previously dominated the country's leadership and has not been at odds with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's policies. Despite early successes of the Ethiopian National Defense Forces supported by Eritrea, the TPLF's longtime enemy, the Tigray insurgency routed the ENDF in parts of the northern Tigray region in spring 2021. Tigray forces also took over parts of the Amhara region, seeing the occupation as a leverage against their Ethiopian rivals and Eritrea, which now occupies western Tigray, a region claimed by the Amhara. Tigray forces also pushed into the Afar region to establish strategic corridor into the Djibouti to elevate Addis Ababa's chokehold on Tigray, where electricity, internet, banking and basic food and medical access have been down since November. But while TPLF forces remain in Afar, they have failed to secure the corridor. They push towards Bahadar, that is the Amhara's capital, was also repelled by the ENDF and its allies. In a move fraught with the possibility of setting off a larger civil war, Prime Minister Abiy escalated, calling for the formation of the anti-TPLF militias across Ethiopia. Ethiopia's instability also has potentially dire destabilizing impact of the entire Horn of Africa, particularly Somalia and the Red Sea region. The now stalled war has featured atrocities against local population and Eritrean refugees in Tigray, perpetrated by the ENDF, Eritrea, and the Tigray forces as well as local militias. The now stalled war has featured atrocities against local populations and Eritrean refugees in Tigray, perpetrated by the ENDF, Eritrea, and as well as the local militias. Tigray humanitarian crisis is becoming more catastrophic daily. For months, 5.2 million of Tigray population of 6 million has faced hunger and required food assistance. Yet, a blockade by Addis Ababa and insurgents as well as a militia attack have hampered aid deliveries. Since June 28th, only 10% of supplies have reached Tigray. The Ethiopian government continued to deny access to Doctors Without Borders and the Norwegian Refugee Council that is accusing them of arming the TPLF, and it has also initiated legal cases against other humanitarian NGOs. Worse yet, in response to the United Nations criticism of a man-made humanitarian catastrophe, the Ethiopian government expelled senior UN officials leading humanitarian efforts. The humanitarian situation has also worsened in Afar and Amhara areas under the TPLF control. Now we look at the new U.S. Sanctions regime. Averting an escalating civil war and its regional spillovers and reversing the humanitarian crisis in the Tigray region have been crucial priorities of the Biden administration. U.S. diplomats have spent months probing and prodding both Abiy and the Eritrean counterpart in proximity talks towards a negotiated ceasefire. However, the so-called humanitarian ceasefire that Abiy declared in June after the ENDF was routed in Tigray has been anything but humanitarian. U.S. officials have also engaged extensively with European partners, Gulf countries including the United Arab Emirates, which has a close relationship with Abiy, Turkey, and the various African leaders, including the African Union Special Envoy, former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo. Yet, despite the exemplary diplomacy, all the signs through August were that both the emboldened Abiy and